Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here live once again. Skywalker Boxing, Tim. That is Tim. And then we have Tim Witherspoon Jr. That is another Tim right there. That's where we get the Tim and Tim show. Poppy Chun Yayo. And we have myself, 86 Boxing in the mix here. But hold on, hold on. You hear that sound right there? You hear that? I hear sirens where I'm at. It feels like a warning. Like something's on the way. Maybe a tsunami is on the way. What the heck is going on right now? Oh, we have Keith Cologne in the building, folks. What's going on with you, Keith?
What's going on? I appreciate you guys for having me.
All right, all right. Hey, it's a great thing. We saw you do your thing here recently, the big screen, and man, you're an aggressive fighter who comes out, tries to get the job done right there. So many kudos to you in that regard. I think you put on a show for your pro debut. That's the way you want to do it right there. Leave people wondering when is he going to be in the ring next.
Right, right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Speaking of such, we're here. Of course, this is the Tim and Tim show, and want to send a salute, shout out to everyone who is in attendance right now. Bud Fowles, Piasco, Zeb Winery, Cedric, Justin. Hey, everybody in the building right now. Good stuff indeed. But hey, let's talk about that then, Keith. So yeah, you put on a great performance. So what's been going on with you here in the aftermath, and what's the outlook? Anything in tap right now?
Yeah, so far we just been training, constant hard work. Even though I had a stellar performance, it was still things that I can't feel like I need to work on. So, we've been sharpening up those things and just adapting each and every day. The main goal is to get better. And we just eager to hop back in the ring, and we got another fight coming up October 12th at the Prudential Center in Newark. So that's gonna be the next outing for me.
Good.
Nice.
Keith,
Okay.
so I heard you say that you found some stuff that you need to work on and all that. Now, was that evident while you were in the ring, or did you notice that after you went back and looked at the fight?
So my coach he told me certain things while I was in the fight, but it's like some like in the heat of the moment you don't always like with me being in the fight, it's not necessarily that I did anything wrong. It was just other things and other options that I could have done, to be on the safer side, or if I had a sharper opponent in front of me, So that was just the only thing.
I got you.
I got a question from Ernest, and I usually start off with this question. What got you into boxing, and when did you know that boxing was going to be a thing in your life?
So I first got into boxing when I was about 7 years old, and I knew that to it just because I had to learn how to defend myself. I grew up in a rough city. I grew up in Newark, so you know it's not the best environment. And going to school, you got to be able to defend yourself. And not only that, but I played multiple sports, so my dad knew if I was to play basketball, football, baseball, that it gets competitive, it gets heated, and you just gotta always, it's safer. It says best if you're able to defend yourself and not being taken advantage of.
No, that's good stuff right there for sure. So you said Newark. Newark, I know about it. It goes down in Newark for sure. So you there where Shakur Stevenson is at. How was that boxing scene coming up for you in terms of do you work with Shakur, things of that nature?
Yeah, I've done rounds in the past with Shakur. Growing up, of course, like after I seen him come to the gym, like when he was preparing for the Olympics, he
Hmm.
came down a couple times and he sparred with guys that was in the gym, and then I ended up having. I ended up being able to spar him later on in his early on in his professional career, and then I even had a chance to be in a camp with him,
Okay.
which was the Toka Khan camp. It was during the COVID year,
Mm.
and yeah, now that was a amazing experience.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good right there. Hey, I'd imagine a lot of learning opportunities. Now, as far as we know, you had a pretty decorated amateur career. What did you finish up kind of amateur wise in terms of your record, all that good stuff?
Yeah, so in the amateurs, I had a close to, if not a hundred fights, probably a little bit more than 100 fights. But
Yeah.
I had about 100 fights with a total of like 20 losses. You know, I had multiple. I believe it was three-time national uh, champion, and I also got
Okay.
3 gold medals. I also got 3 international gold medals. So that's another
Okay.
thing. Like a lot of people, they don't remember my amateur career because towards the end of my career, like the last 3-4 years, I was fighting internationally. So I wasn't fighting at the U.S. trials. I was fighting internationally against like Mexico and everybody that you're seeing in the Olympics.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. That's pretty
Nice.
dope.
I want to take it back a little bit to your upbringing in the beginning of your boxing career. Because you mentioned that you wanted to do it because you had to defend yourself. You're from a place that is not necessarily one of the easier places to grow up. That first day when you went into the boxing gym, did you feel like you already had it, or were you humbled that first day that you went into the gym? What kind of kid were you growing up?
Nah, so growing up, it was like I actually started boxing because I was already fighting. You know, I was fighting my cousins, and they was older than me, and like growing up, my dad he taught me to have certain morals and respect boundaries. So, like since a little kid, I didn't tolerate no disrespect or what some kids might have thought was playing. I didn't think it was playing. I thought it was disrespect. So at an early age, I just set boundaries, and I was always fighting because I felt like people was trying me or they was like disrespecting me. So when I first got in there, I always had an attitude that like nobody could beat me. I wasn't scared of nobody, but it was just more so because of my upbringing. Not even because of what I was doing at the time. The only thing at the time I knew was punch hard, like throw hard punches. So at that time I was still green in the game, but like mentally, I just always had the ambition to just like that nobody was better than me, and I just didn't fear too many people at the time.
Right.
And
So, with you explaining that, um, I'm trying to weave through to try to figure out that personality, and I'm thinking, all right, is this guy more of a Leonardo Ninja Turtle or a Raphael Ninja Turtle? Which which one would you consider yourself? Because we all know that Raphael is kind of more of the hot headed, ready to fight one, but we know Leonardo is more of the leader type of Ninja Turtle. I'm trying to figure out which one of those two, because that's what it sounds like. You one of them too.
yeah, it's hard. I feel like I was a mix of both. Because my dad he would I wouldn't say I was a laid back kid, but I was more so like I didn't press the issue too much. But then I had my father, he was like always over my shoulder, and he taught me like don't let nobody play with you. And if you let somebody try you, then we gonna have problems, you know. And so it was more so like, oh yeah, nah, I gotta handle this. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't let nothing slide because I'm gonna have to hear it from my pops. But it was just more so the fact that like he was just trying to instill in me that people gonna take advantage of you. And you just as you grow older, you can let things slide, but at a young age when kids don't know, it's like you can't just let nobody walk over you.
Right.
Right. I got a question. I'm good friends with Thomas from the Bronx, and he tells me that you're real smart, man. That you're in college. So, what are you studying right now?
I studied psychology at Rutgers Newark.
Nice.
Okay. Psychology. Okay, so you're thinking when you're there in the ring there, right? So
Oh
that's what's
yeah,
up.
I'm thinking when I'm in
Yeah.
the ring, I'm thinking, training, how to make training easier, how to, it's a whole breakdown. Psychology is like is life. It's the study of life.
No
Yeah.
doubt
I got
about it.
got a question from Ernest right here. He's got he can't speak right now, but he said he got a tricky question for you. Answer in accordance with your promotional team. How important is it for you to represent your culture?
Oh no, that's one of my biggest things. When you see me, you see the flag. When you see me, you see
Right.
the Puerto Rican flag, and that's who I am. And if any promotional team or management team or whatever team they don't like it, then that's just I can't be a part of it because that's a part of me. So that's just the main thing. Everywhere I go, I represent the Puerto Rican flag, and that's just a few things that I represent.
Cool, cool. Yeah, and hey, Puerto Rico's made a stamp in this sport, no doubt about it. You have any Puerto Rican boxers that you look up to, or that kind of got you hyped, as you were going through the process?
Oh yeah, definitely Amanda Serrano. As she's like the go out Puerto
Oh
Rico,
yeah,
because I remember I was around her a little bit before she signed Jake Paul and
yeah.
MVP. So it's like I would even spar her at times, and we'll get like this when I was more younger. I was about maybe 13, 14, and she'll be coming to the gym having a big fight, and it was like I spar, and we'll just have wars. And then now just to see her make, just turn it all the way up and put on and represent, and not only that, but put other people on, it's crazy.
Okay, no, that's dope. That's what's up right there. Yeah, and there have been some others like Kodo, Trinidad, all that are in the mix. You even have some others representing Berlanga. Have you run into him? He's going to be fighting Canelo coming up, and that's a huge fight right there for him.
Yeah, nah, I shared the ring with, but I even, I trained side by side with Berlanga plenty of times. New Jersey and New York is right next door.
Oh yeah,
I'm in New York almost every Sunday sparring, and we see these guys like all the time. Like same way I see Amanda Serrano all the time. It's always love. Amanda been showing me mad love since the amateur days. She came out. She was one of the few professional fighters to come out to watch me fight as an amateur.
oh yeah.
So that just
Wow.
shows you the love that these guys got from me, and I just appreciate it.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, yeah. Amanda, she's doing her thing. It's good to see, her being one of the main ones putting women's boxing on the map right now. And
Yep.
they've made some great strides here over the years. So it's good. And her headlining with Katie Taylor, man, that was a big time fight when they did that. And part two is coming up.
Yeah.
So Newark is kind of like we were talking about, like a competitive space. I think that for a professional to come and it's a wide open space to be a new superstar and all that. Uh, how does how does it feel to be a part of a city where you could be next up and quite frankly you are next up?
Uh, Honestly, it's amazing feeling. I've been like people don't understand, but I've been throughout the city. Playing different sports. I've been on one side of the city playing baseball, the other side of the city playing football, basketball, boxing, and so like people throughout the city, they've known me for many, many, many years, and just like 2, 3 years ago when the professional fights was coming back to Newark, when it first started coming back to Newark, when Shakur first brought it back to the city, everybody was asking me, when you coming out, when you coming out, when you turning pro. And so like that's why before I turned pro, I was doing like little YouTube vlogs, and I was telling people I feel like I'm the most anticipated boxer coming out, and it just showed like the whole city came out to support me. Even now they backing me 110%. It's just love, and I appreciate it.
That's good.
Okay. Okay, that's what's up right there. Now, as far as Newark, what's the scene like now? Compared to when you were growing up there. I know it's been one of those flat spots that is rough. Is this still the case right there? We see in a lot of cities there's a lot of things going on, gentrification, all that good stuff. What's it like in Newark now?
Yeah, I mean, in Newark it's kind of the same, but it's getting better. I feel like the mentality of people, the mentality that people have, and it's starting to shift a little bit. But it's hard. It's hard out here just because of the fact that like you know, it's really a dog eat dog world. If you a person that, you have something, or you a person of status, it's gonna be somebody that's just out there just plotting, just, to even do something to you just so they could just have that name. Oh yeah, I did something to him. Like look, it's an ignorant. It could be ignorant at times, but
Yeah,
it's what make us. This type of mentality is what groom us into like the men and women that we are, and
yeah,
people from North, we just carry a certain type of attitude, and I feel like that's what sets us apart. As you see with Shakur, he got an attitude to be great, and nobody's better than him. And I feel like many other people That's in Newark carry that same type of attitude. That's what separates us.
Okay.
I'm glad that you brought up Shakur and his attitude because I want to get just a little controversial, not too controversial, but um, he's getting a lot of excuse me. I have a little cold that I'm working through. He's getting a little pushback on his performances of recently. How do you feel? Do you think that he deserves it, or do you think that he should be given some slack?
Um, I feel like I feel like I wouldn't say that he didn't. I mean, do he deserve it? In my eyes, I don't think so. But we can't change it. This is what people say is just gonna make him and force him to be better and perform better. That's gonna put the fuel in his back to beat the guys like Tank, Devin, all of these guys. So I'm kind of happy in a way because that's gonna keep him motivated and just keep him level headed. Even though he already is, but that's just gonna put a battery in his back to be great. Constantly having people telling you like, "Oh yeah, you ain't got no power." Trust and believe. I feel like he got power. These jokers is not just running up on them and just put their hands down. Nah, they got their hands up. Some is even backpedaling. Some is not even throwing punches. A lot of people criticize him for not throwing a lot of punches, but his opponents ain't throwing punches either. Now I understand he's a Olympian and he's at a certain level where people want to see more, but you can't blame a man for just doing what he's supposed to do at the end of the day. You know, Sometimes if he able to just get the job done with one hand and do it convincingly, you can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Now, would you be frustrated if that was you though? Uh, Getting that pushback, would that be something that you would in your camp be like, okay, this is something that we got to change. We got to start knocking some of these guys out.
Um, I feel as though one thing I learned in this boxing game, you never change your style to please anybody. I learned that growing up in the amateurs and boxing through USA Boxing is you never want to change your style to please the judges. You never want to change your style to please the fans because at the end of the day, they're not the ones taking punches. And at the end of the day, um, you know, you got to go back to your family and you got to live with every punch that you take. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel as though I wouldn't change my style for nobody. If I'm not getting hit, if I'm not taking any punishment and I'm winning, I'm cool with that.
Good.
No, I respect that. I respect that for sure. Yeah, and keeping that in mind and all of that stuff in terms of, I was just thinking about, Newark, that kind of the outside stuff in terms of balancing it. You're doing the college thing. So kind of what helps you kind of maintain that balance? I'd imagine between the gym, of course, the college thing, then, I'm in DC. We have a lot of boxers around here who do their thing. And sometimes the streets are calling and all that stuff. You're studying psychology. So how does that help you kind of maintain out there in terms of keeping that balance?
I feel like the reason why I've been able to maintain and just get this far is because I've been level headed. I don't feel like I did anything in the sport yet. I feel like everything that I've done, including up to right now, I was supposed to do it. I was in position to do it, and I capitalized and I did what I was supposed to do. I work hard every day in the gym, so of course I was supposed to get a knockout in the second round, my pro debut. You understand? So, um, me and my coaches, they really keep me level headed and just make sure I don't get, too ahead of myself. And it's like I'm supposed to do this. Now, there's more gold at the end of the tunnel, and that's what I'm focused on.
Okay, that's what's up. And who are your coaches? Like who and have you been working with them the entire time you've been boxing?
Yeah, so my dad, he been in my corner since day one. He always been in my corner and
Okay.
guided me. But for the past 3 years, I've been also working with Coach Muhammad Abdul Salam. He's also based out of New Jersey. He also, what a lot of people don't know is a lot of these fighters that that fought in New Jersey, they once upon a time all came from one gym, and so all of the fighters like Shakur Stevenson, Vito Melnicki,
Hmm.
like all of the fighters, they kind of been touched by a little bit of everyone. And my coach is one of the coaches that also helped those guys, at a certain point in time, just shed a little bit of light. But he's a very stern coach, very militant, very knowledgeable. He's been in the game many, many, many years. But I feel like now, everybody has their time where they shine, and now it's his time. We're gonna go up together, keep racking up W's, and just, riding out the journey.
Okay, that's what's up. Right. Hey, did you fight out here in DC when you were amateur?
Yeah, I actually fought at Howard University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Yeah. You run into some different people out here. We had a Jersey crew out here for a little tournament we had here earlier this year. They were from Shakur Stevenson's gym. So, yeah, that's not far as well. So I'd imagine you've probably gotten in some work with some guys from all around the area, just in general. Thinking about it, because you've been in this kind of tri-state area, it's easy to go get that work. Any guys that are out there right now that you've been sparring with that are pros that are doing their thing right now?
Yeah, definitely. I want to give a special shout out to Cool Boy Steph, Stephen Fulton.
Okay.
I've done many rounds with him. Also, another guy, Christian Cardo. A lot of people don't know him yet, but
Two Philly guys right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of people don't know Christian Cardo because he's more
Okay.
on the humble side. He don't really care. He one of those guys. He's out of the boots camp. He in the gym and he just mind his business. So a
Okay.
lot of people don't know him because he's not flashy, flamboyant, or loud. But these guys got great skill, and I pick up a lot of things sparring them, and it's always great work.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff right there. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I
So,
got a go ahead.
sorry, have you been coming down to Philly at all to return the love to some of these guys and Sparrow down here in the city? That's where I'm from.
Yeah, Philadelphia, or you saying Philly, the city.
Well, I mean, if you come to a gym around here, it's Philly.
Yeah, nah, we always go to Chaos Gym. Chaos
Yeah,
Gym.
chaos. Okay, that's
Yeah,
right around the corner from me.
yeah, we be in there faithfully. We go up there, they come down here. It's like, it be trips every weekend.
Okay, cool.
Chaos Gym. Yeah, Philly, New York is really, that's where I'll be at if I'm not in Jersey. If I need sparring, I'm going out there. We don't care to travel. That's a part of the game. We've been doing that since the amateurs.
I also wanted to ask you because you said you've been international. What are some of your favorite places to travel internationally? We can't hear them.
Oh, you
Oh,
cut
you still
out.
can't hear me?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you're
good
good.
now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I said, of course, Puerto Rico. It's not like fighting in your hometown. Just
Oh
having
yeah.
the people there. It's different. It's different from fighting in the states. Honestly, like you go out there, every time you land a punch, you hearing drums. You hearing, yeah, you hearing some type of something is going off. I enjoyed fighting in Colombia. It was a great experience out there. Ecuador was another great experience. Um, Yeah, so those is like top three you could say.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, that's what's up right there. And hey, Puerto Rico, I've been there a number of times. I spent a lot of time there in Puerto Rico. You got to have a favorite Puerto Rican food. I love those tostones, and I rock with some mofongo, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
I know about that stuff right there.
We
Go
got
ahead.
a famous question that Ernest asks everybody that comes on the show, and it's just to let everybody know, kind of get. There's no right answer on this, but he wants you to rank by importance belts, money, and legacy in order. Rank them. Which
Yeah.
one's more important? Belts,
Uh yeah,
money,
this
or the legacy?
yeah, this is just, my opinion, but I think what comes first is the money, just because of the
Mhm.
fact, like, we fighters at the end of the day, this is a sport where we're risking our lives, and if we're not getting the most out of it, it's just no purpose. We literally take punishment, physical punishment, and we put our bodies through hell each and every day, whether it's training, running. We're not just sitting at home behind a desk or shooting basketball. So I feel like money is definitely number one. Legacy is the second one. And then nowadays in the age, I feel like the belts is like least important because you got so many belts, and it's much easier to become a world champion. I feel like, who you're fighting and the accomplishments that you get along the way, which is the legacy, is much more important than the belts.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I can rock
I
with
got
that.
another question on who's your favorite current fighter and your favorite fighter from the past?
My favorite current fighter right now is Terrence Crawford. Just because of the fact that I feel as though my boxing style it resembles his style in a way, or out of everyone, it kind of resembles him and like Jerron Ennis, and but more so Crawford. But my favorite fighter, I'll go with Ricardo Lopez.
Okay. Benito. Okay. Yeah, you're taking it back a little bit right there. Gotta
Right,
respect that. Smaller fighter too, you know. Hey, they put in that work right there.
definitely,
All right. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
you ever watch my uncle's fights? He was in your weight class. He was a two-time featherweight world champ, Bobby Chacon.
I might honestly. I watch all the old guys. Jersey Joe Walcott, Pernell
Okay.
Whitaker, um, uh, Willie Pett. Like I'm an old school James Tony. I don't really
Okay.
watch. The only people that I watch now is the top fighters. Shakur, Tank, Devin, Canelo, Terrence. I don't really watch too much of the up and coming guys. So I just be in the past and the greats now.
That's what's up right there. You know, a lot of history is passed down, a lot of techniques, things of that nature. I'm into the history myself, mainly on my channel there, and that's one of the things you can learn a lot from those boxers of the past who passed down a number of different things right there. Yeah, and thinking of that in terms of just kind of the outlook for you yourself, like kind of for for what's coming up here for the remainder of this year and leading into 2025, kind of what do you want to do? What's the expectation for you as you move forward here?
So we trying to fight every month leading out to the new year. So we skipped September. We almost got a card in September. We was waiting on certain things, but it's a learning experience. We know now not to wait, especially when you got certain goals and fights you want to reach throughout the year. Just sometimes it's just better just to do your own thing. So
Oh, yeah.
we're trying to fight every month. We got a fight coming up October. We want another one in November and another one in December. So by January, I should already be stepping up to the sixth rounder.
I was gonna
Okay.
ask, did Top Rank give you offer you any kind of deal yet? I know they were impressed with your performance, but any kind
Uh,
of deal came up with them?
yeah, yeah, nah, Top Rank definitely reached out and they offered us a deal, and we just feel like right now is not the time. Like I said, we want to be as active as possible. That's the main goal. Even if it's a local card, we don't really care. But yeah, they offered us a deal.
Okay, nice.
Wow, that's good stuff. But yeah, I like the fact that you're being busy out there. No, and hey, you know the eyes are watching, and you know that's a testament right there to what you're doing. Now, yeah, staying busy, that's one of the key things right there, of course, and it looks like that's what you're trying to do, especially when you're early on here on the fight scene or whatnot. But certainly, you know, we're going to be tracking, kind of staying on tap as you continue to do your thing right there. And I wanted to ask in terms of yes, thinking about that kind of with the team around you, like how's that been worked out, and what does that mean to you? Because we've seen a lot of boxers sometimes things can go awry because they don't have the right people around them, you know. And as they're progressing through this thing, it's a crazy sport, as you know, they're behind the scenes and all that stuff. So how's that working out for you as far as that team behind you?
Yeah, nah. So between my pops, Coach Muhammad Abdul Salam, another trainer, Mike Stedman, and my another one of my trainers, Steve Morris. Between them, we got a solid team. We this team been put together since the amateurs. So we solid. Nothing going to break us apart. You understand what I'm saying? So we already got things in set and rolling already. And so when we come to certain like promotional companies, it's just like, they impressed with just how ahead of the game we are, and that's why they want to jump on the ball so quick. But like I said, we able to do everything that other promotional, the top and the best promotional companies could do for us. We could do it for ourselves.
Yeah.
So right now I just feel like my team is just we got a stellar team, and right now we also have more people now on our team, and they just they so impressed that they just see us and they just like, yo, we just want to help. You already doing a good job. We don't want nobody to take advantage of you. This is
Yeah.
just off the strength. So
Okay. Okay. I had got a text from Al Rahim there, Pro Se Boxing. He said y'all rock with Pro Se out there. Pro Se Boxing, you've been rocking with any of that?
yeah, nah, Pro say Alright, that's my guy, man. We've been working with him since the amateurs. He always, doing my shirts and doing sweatsuits. He always get the guys in my gym right, hand wraps, gloves. It's a Newark thing. We trying to come up
Okay.
together. He got great products, great quality. So it's just like, why not? Like it's a win-win with us. He come up, we come up.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, hey, that's good stuff right there. Yeah, he's been on the scene.
Yeah, he chills with us a lot, man. He comes on.
Oh yeah, he's in the chat right now. He's in the chat. So salute to you, Al Rahim out there.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask about your training regimen because fighting at least 3 more times before 2025 seems like an intense kind of schedule for somebody. So, what are some of the things that you're doing to uh, prepare yourself for a fight once a month, as far as getting in shape and recovering?
Um, Honestly, getting in shape is not a problem. The biggest thing is recovering with us. Even my coaches, they could vouch for it, but sometimes I tend to overwork myself. Just trying to be great. I tend to overwork myself, so they just have to tell me like, no, after this
Mhm.
fight, go take a week off. We understand you got to fight another month, but take that week off because you need that. You've been going too hard. It's just like my drive to be great, my drive to just be better. Like once I had got the second round KO, I wanted to go back to the gym Monday, and my coach was like, "Nah, like take a week off, go home, go walk around, go do something. Don't come to the gym."
Right.
Uh,
You're focused now, though, so it's kind of hard to unlock, right?
Yeah, it's like I see where I'm at. I can see where I could be. I see where everybody else is at. I just see like an open door, and I just want to go right through it. So it's just the work is just installed in me. I always been a hard worker, so it's a good thing. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Hey, I feel it showed up in that first fight as we were talking about at the opening right there. You were going for it. Now, did you have like that extra juice since it was your debut there? You got people watching, your hometown basically representing and all that good stuff?
Yeah, you could say I was real. I was tunnel vision. Like
Yeah.
the fight, everything is understand. Like I don't even know how to explain this, but when you prepare well, is even though I never fought professional before, I never had a ring walk. My preparation, gave me the confidence, to go in there with a certain type of mindset, just to show my skills. I was more nervous about the ring walk and the weigh-ins and the face-off than the fight.
Yeah.
Like as an amateur, we don't do the no ring walk or no face-off. So it's like that was all new to me. But the actual fight, once I got in the ring, I was back home.
That was a big card too, man. A lot of bright lights, man. I had Thomas filming that night, bro. So I seen you after you got the knockout, bro. Everybody was embracing you, bro, and a lot of people showed you love there, bro. So it was nice.
Right.
Oh yeah. No, that was big time for sure.
And I got a question for Ernest. 5 years from now, what do you hope the fans will be saying about you?
I just hope that they'll be saying that I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter that went out there, always, always fought the best. And not only that, but I got great boxing skills, great boxing IQ. Uh, I could do everything. I could box, I could bang, I could fight orthodox, I could fight southpaw. everything that I do, I want them to be able to see. A lot of people think they're doing things, but people don't see it, so there's really no point. So everything
Mhm.
that I do and everything that I show in the ring, I want people to notice it. I want people to respect my grind and my skills.
No, that's good stuff for sure. That's good stuff. And I was thinking about the yeah, just for the standpoint of kind of that fan support right there. That really is a key piece of what keeps a lot of these fighters going and all that stuff, showing up, showing out in their hometown, things of that nature. Like, what does that mean to you in terms of the fans? Because we got people tuning in who definitely have an interest here in Tsunami.
Yeah, nah, it's just the love was just it was crazy. I kept saying this after my fight, but it felt like I was living in a dream almost. Just seeing how everything shifted so quickly. Like just a month before my fight, my professional fight, I was fighting amateur at the Golden Gloves, and then now people looking at me, and I'm looking at myself. I'm just like, wow, it's crazy how times has changed and like I'm just growing before my eyes. It's a great thing to just experience. I know my family proud of me. I'm just happy that I could be able to I could be something positive for them, something that they could look forward to seeing, watching, in the near future, so on that they could just cheer on and just represent, give them a purpose.
All right. And I see you on the social media scene there. Went by your YouTube. You're already chronicling things right now. There's a way to be on top of it, of course. But you are of that younger generation. So y'all are born with a phone in your hand, basically. But I see that you're on top of that promotional piece right there. So that does speak to kind of how you're thinking about it with your team and all, because that is a big piece of it too. And people are getting to get some insight into you as the individual.
Not a lot of fighters got YouTube channels, but I noticed that you had a YouTube channel, bro. So that's good, bro.
Yeah, we constantly we drop weekly vlogs. It's hard, being a boxer and doing YouTube because like you can't show everything. You can't show everything. You don't want to show. You don't want to scare your opponents away. Also, that's a real thing. Sometimes people don't want to fight. The first thing they'll do is just search your name in the search bar, and they see a whole bunch of crazy workouts. They like, whoa, like I don't want to fight this dude. But it's
Right.
at the end of the day, is we looking at it as we just want, like how we said, the most important thing is money. If I'm
Yeah.
training every day, why not be able to have somebody that recording me and just
Yeah.
documenting everything? 10 years from now, 15 years from now, that's gonna always be there. And when I'm not here anymore, 100 years from now, people gonna be able to sit there and watch and see how, see the transformation from 21-year-old Keith Cologne into a 30-year-old Keith Cologne, a 35-year-old Keith Cologne, and unification about Keith Cologne and multi-division world champion Keith Cologne. So they just gonna see the journey along the way.
Right.
Do you have someone that's currently active in your weight class that inspires you to keep going? Someone that, I don't want to necessarily use the phrase that you're chasing, but somebody you're like, damn, this is where I want to go with it.
Um, in my weight class, I wouldn't say that. I say, like I said, I only watch the greats, but Tank and Shakur and Terrence, like these guys, they not more so in my weight class, but their status, their status, and their influence in the boxing game is tremendous. I don't feel like anybody in my weight class had that type of status yet. I mean, yes, you do have Inouye, but I feel like his status and his significance and his relevance is more shown where he's from. You understand what I'm saying? It's not more shown over here. Yes, I respect his skills, but I feel like he's probably the only person that I could say that like soon that's gonna be me. Anyway, soon that's gonna be me. People gonna be referring to me as whatever nickname they create for me, and I'm gonna be wiping out the whole division, and just something like that.
Word.
Got a question from the audience, Dion Clubs. He goes, "What's your dream fight from any era that you would love to see?"
Uh, dream fight. I might have to say. Dream fight. I'm gonna go with Floyd Mayweather and Shakur Stevenson. Floyd
Mm,
Mayweather and Shakur.
Yeah, it's good.
it'll be an
Both.
interesting one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but pretty boy Floyd, because they was more so around the same weight class. Pretty
Yeah.
boy Floyd and Shakur.
That's the oof.
Two technical guys going at it right there for sure. That'll be an interesting one. I wouldn't say. And you mentioned Tank. For some reason, you remind me of Tank. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, man, people be saying some crazy things. Like if you go to my YouTube comments and my Instagram comments, they be saying some like, "Oh, he look like Tank." Tank and Shakur had a cousin. I'm like, come on, man, they be playing.
Yeah, imagine that's crazy. Yeah. Social media, yeah, and that you continues to grow as you go on. And I know there's a lot of negativity on social media and as well. Do you answer the comments back or what? Or you just kind of just
Uh,
ignore it?
I mean, it depends. Like sometimes, a lot of times I laugh it off because it's just like it's funny. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, they talking about me, but the stuff that these people are saying is actually funny. Like they comical, they clowns. But at the end of the day, I know they don't really. If they was to see me out in public, they'd be the same ones that want to take pictures, and ask for an autograph. So I know that it's just the trolling part. It's just the humor out of it. It's nothing personal.
Gotcha. No doubt about it. Hey, and if you're from Newark, you got to listen to that man, Red Man. You heard of him?
Of
Tell me you
course,
heard of
of
Red
course,
Man.
of
Okay,
course.
okay. Reggie Noble right there. Just wondering right there. But Newark, yeah, a lot of people come out of there for sure. So that's way
yeah.
to represent for sure. You're on the scene.
Can I just put out my fantasy fight, man? Because you guys been asking this question a couple of weeks in a row. Um, and it made me think of a fight that I wanted to see. And this is Diego Corrales, who had fought Floyd Mayweather, but I want to see him fight Manny Pacquiao. That's what I want to see. Diego Corrales versus Manny Pacquiao in their prime, and see how that fight plays out.
Yeah.
Just had to get that off my chest. Thanks.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one, for sure. Interesting one, I would say. Um, and I think, yeah, I like Pacquiao in that one though, for sure. I do
Yeah,
like that.
I mean,
But
Diego was like
interesting.
almost there.
Well,
And
one I want to one what I was just gonna say, one I want to see right now is Shakur versus Tank. What are your thoughts on that, Keith? Not to put you on the
Most
spot, but you
definitely.
gotta let us know.
Yeah.
Shakur
Nah,
Tank.
definitely. I'm waiting for that one. Like I was waiting for the Bud and Earl. Oh yeah, like that fight right there. Once they tell me that's on, it's over. I'm glued to the TV, recording it myself, all that. But yeah, I'm definitely going with Shakur. Shout out to Tank. I feel like he's a great fighter as well. But
both of you on the undercard.
oh yeah, nah, that'd be
Yeah.
fire. If I was on the undercard of that, that'd be crazy. You know,
Oh yeah.
the whole side of the whole side of this world gonna be over there in the car in that building that day. But I feel like I said this many times, but I feel like if we used to take the name Shakur and Tank out the equation, if we used to just to talk about preparation for the fight, if you had to train a guy to
Hmm.
stay sharp for 12 rounds versus a guy to break a certain code and give him certain methods to break. I always believe that it's easier to prepare guys just to stay sharp for 12 rounds. At that level, you know, I feel like Shakur got the edge. Um, he's only gonna get stronger. He's only gonna get wiser. I honestly felt like if on the business side, Tank should have, forced Shakur earlier when he wasn't as developed as a pro. Because now you
Yeah.
see Shakur doing many different things. You seeing him, okay, I can't walk forward, I walk forward. People say, I can't take a punch or I can't do this. He's in the stage where he's showing his full bag, his full arsenal. So that means he's developing. He's getting better. If he would have fought him more so earlier, they probably could say, "Oh well, yeah, he beat Shakur, but he wasn't. He's not the Shakur he is now. It's a difference."
Yeah.
But I feel like Shakur got him without a doubt.
Oh yeah, I respect that for sure. And I've not been shy in saying I lean in a similar regard right there. Despite being out here, where
Yeah.
he gets much love, of course, take being here in the area. But yeah, I think Shakur, man, he just seems to be that special fighter for me as well. That I would lean that way as well.
I got a question for you, Keith. They're trying to set up a big fight, man, with Vito Milnicki and Xander Zayas, and I know that you probably know both guys real well. You said that Vito, you guys have the same coach. Um, he's with Ronnie Shields now, right? But before that, he was with your coach or
Yeah,
Vito.
exactly. Yep.
All right. Who's gonna win that fight, man? If they do fight.
Oh, who's gonna win? I don't know, but
Oh, that's a good fight, bro, huh?
I think that's gonna be a hell of a fight,
Yeah.
man. You know, both guys is technical guys, and I'll say this. When you watch the fight, look at who's in control. Whoever's in control is gonna win the fight. That's what I say. Knowing those guys both, I've sparred many rounds with Vito coming up in the amateurs before he blew up and got super big. Um, I've seen Xander fight multiple times at nationals, so I'm
Mhm.
familiar with both guys. I know they got a history, and I just feel like whoever is in control that night, that's who's gonna win. You know, I don't believe. I feel like they both had the same pedestal.
Yeah.
They both had the
All right.
same the same
That's
same amount of everything: skill, speed. They fight similar a little bit, but whoever's gonna win is whoever's control, whoever's best prepared that night.
all right.
No, that is a pick'em fight right there. I think it's
That's
pretty
a
even.
matchup.
Yeah, I would definitely like to check that out right there. So if that's happening, I'm gonna be tuning in for sure,
He
representing.
knows he knows it's coming, bro. I talked to him in Albuquerque when they were here for the Leo Vanilla Lopez fight, and I interviewed him. I talked to Ronnie Shields, but I was asking him about David Morrell. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he says Xander, it's gonna happen, bro. It's probably gonna happen soon.
Oh yeah, nah, both those guys, they not ducking. It's just when it's the best time, when it makes sense, financially, when they both in that that peak of their careers where okay, who's the top dog? It don't make sense to do it,
Yeah, do it
early
early.
when to
Right.
do it for what marbles. Like, nah, come on, these is fighters. They've been
Yeah.
working their whole life, to
Hmm.
get to this point. Let them reap the benefits of what they've been training hard for.
All right.
Yeah, that's dope right there. No, good insight right there. Good insight. So you're tied into it for sure. Now you mentioned October 12th, right? So October 12th, I think Tierra Brown's gonna be fighting on that date, so it must be going down to the same spot right there. So October 12th, and you already have your opponent.
Nah, we don't have. I mean, we have people that we've been looking at, but at this time we don't have any opponent. We just we got a list of guys that we would like to
Okay.
fight, and it's just whoever accept the match first. Honestly.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, we're gonna be tuned in to that. Looking forward to that right there, because I'd imagine, yeah, it's gonna get some shine for sure. So we'll be rocking with you, no doubt about it, in that regard. So we hope to yeah, see you do your thing again, come out like you did. Now, yeah, you are on the social media and all that good stuff. Like what all do you? I know you're on YouTube, Instagram, are those like the main spots where people can hit you up and all that stuff? And what's your channel name there?
Yeah, to get in contact with me, you could just go to my Instagram at official Keith Cologne. That's where I'll be posting up
Okay.
dates, dates for my fight. I'll be posting up anything. Like, if people want to have a sponsor on my shorts, sometimes I even be having, tickets that I'll give out. Um, I got it's a whole bunch of things that I'm doing. Anytime I'm dropping a YouTube video, I'll make it known on the Instagram first, and
Okay.
just to see all the behind the scenes training footage, advice, just the whole boxing lifestyle. Check into the YouTube at Keep Tsunami Cologne.
Cool. I put your
Okay.
Instagram link in the description, guys, too, of the video.
Okay.
And the YouTube, it's official Key Tsunami Cologne, correct?
No, it's just Keith Tsunami Cologne.
Okay, Key Tsunami Cologne. I'll put the link of the YouTube in the chat. Cool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely tune in that. And at official Keith Cologne on Instagram, right?
Right.
You heard that, folks. At official Keith Cologne. Tsunami. How'd you get that nickname, Tsunami?
So in the images, my dad, he was bugging me. He was like, "Yo, you gotta get a nickname." I was like, "I don't want a nickname. I want somebody to give me a nickname, you know." And then when I was fighting, it's an older guy in New York. He just filmed fights, and he actually gave me the nickname Wiz Kid, but I ain't like it. I'm like, "Oh yeah, nah, I don't want that." And so that's when I was like, "Yeah, this is better if I pick a nickname." And I remember, my uncle, well, my aunt's boyfriend, every time I came in the house, he was just like, "Keep Tsunami, keep Tsunami." So, like, it's just kind of, that's the first thing that came to my head. It's like, keep Tsunami.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're right with it right there. We know what that tsunami means. You're coming with the wave right there. And that's what you were in your first fight. So you've lived up to it thus far. And that's what puts the fans in the stands, no doubt about it. But yeah, we appreciate that. Appreciate you being here representing.
Most definitely, I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
That's it, man. I appreciate it too. I guess we're at the end of the show. Because I'm piecing out like I always. I before I go though, I'm going to be announcing a fight myself soon. So I want us to actually have some conversation behind the scenes. Maybe we'll have our first face-off show with my opponent on our show. See if
Right.
Hey, I saw you working out there, Tim, and I was gonna comment like, "Hey, you making a comeback or something?"
This week's
well,
been working out.
it's a little 3 2-minute round. No headgear, 12-ounce gloves, but and it's somebody that's quite a little bit younger than me, so we never know what might happen.
Good.
But this is just the beginning, all right? So we'll talk about that later. Keith, I really appreciate talking to you, man. You sound like you got a bright future.
Oh yeah.
Just keep training, keep that head on straight. I'm sure you'll do great. Guys, I'll see you
Thank
next
you.
week.
All right, there, Tim. And hey, we appreciate you coming on as well, Keith. We drop all your content information in there. Man, hey, we're going to be looking forward. October 12th. Folks, you heard it here first. October 12th. So we're going to be tuning in. Hey, we hope to see you again here too, Keith, to talk about what went down in that contest. But we know you're going to do your thing.
Most definitely, you definitely.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, then. Hey, and we appreciate everyone else who dropped by to tune in and check out Keith Cologne. Remember, on Instagram, at official Keith Cologne. Be sure to check him out. You get all the updates and things of that nature right there. So, salute to you all for sure.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, brother. Good luck on your upcoming fight, man. We'll be hyping it up.
Thank you for having me again.
Cool, brother.
Sir.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hit that like button on the way out. Much love to everybody that tuned in. I didn't call out anybody's name. We had the interview going, but shout out to Rasclot. Shout out to everybody coming in. Demetrius Bright, Brian Corbett,
Demetrius
DC,
Corbett.
Dion Clubs. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Josh, Ernest, thank you guys.
Oh, yes. Anytime.
All right.
All right, folks.